Hello everyone, Thempire Ian here with more new cards. It's Bat Chest time. It's time for some nostalgia bait cards. We've got new V-Jump stuff. We've got a new set with Joey on the cover, featuring some of Joey's favorite cards. It's time to get Yugi Boomer, folks. I actually really like the look of that new Yugi deck that's coming, the Chaos Ritual Mind Shuffle deck. I'm really excited about that deck. I like the way it functions. I'm hoping these will kind of be more in that vein and less in like Shining Sark, where it didn't really feel like it all came together. Although I like Shining Sark better than what they were doing before that, which was just nothing. It's just kind of like cards that would come out occasionally to make you go, oh, I remember that, and then nothing of consequence. But here's a card that comes up and you go, I remember that, and nothing of consequence happens. Stage of Destiny. It features two dragons. I believe that's Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. And I think that's Blackland Fire Dragon versus fucking the big eye guy and the Horned Imp, I think? Maybe? Anyway, Stage of Destiny. It's a normal trap card. You only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You can activate this card. The turn it was set by revealing a normal monster in your hand. Oh, okay, normal monster support. Actually, kind of dig that. I dig that. Especially with 5 normal monsters in your hand or graveyard in attack position. What the fuck? Cannot switch over extra for the rest of the turn after this card resolves. Yeah, I would hope not. Okay, well, I wasn't expecting it to be that kind of normal monster support. This card is not good. What is it for? I'm imagining the heart of the underdog player who's like, yeah, support for me, right? In 2026, playing Heart of the Underdog, right? I don't know. It's a funny card, I'll give you that. It's going to be in something very stupid, I can imagine. The lock of the extra deck is going to be brutal, but someone's going to find something silly to do with it. Next up, okay, let's talk about the Yugi, or the Joey stuff. It's Beyond the Brave is the name of the set, which is actually kind of a cool name. I dig it. They've got Joey on the cover looking really cool, and he's got red eyes there. Look at that, pretty cool. And it's just the same thing they're doing with Mind Shuffle and with Shining Sark, but with Joey. It's just a bunch of Joey cards, but they all work together as an archetype now. We'll see if they work as an actual archetype, but they work together somehow. I think is more accurate, I guess. Swift Panther Warrior. Level 4 Earth Beast Warrior effect monster. 2000 attack, 1600 defense. Can only use this effect. Card's name was one effect once per turn. During the main phase quick effect, you contribute one other monster from your hand or field and activate one of these effects. Especially when the monster that mentions Dark Time Wizard. Okay, so Dark Time Wizard seems to be the centralizing card for this. Much like Ritual Light and Darkness was for Mind Shuffle. Which is funny because Mind Shuffle is like the better card of the two, like the card that actually makes the deck work. But Ritual Light and Darkness is what everyone names, so that's what the deck is, built around. And then the Shining Sarcophagus was for Shining Sark. Dark Time Wizard this time. A weird name for a card, but it's the fucked up Time Wizard. Just a look into my twisted mind. So, especially when the monster dimensions Dark Time Wizard from your hand or deck, except for Swift Panther Warrior. Send a spell trap that mentions Dark Time Wizard from deck to grave. I imagine there'll be something to do with that at some point. Cannot declare attacks unless a monster was tributed this turn. Not itself tributed. A monster has to have. It doesn't have to use its effect to tribute something. It just has to be have tributed at some point in the turn, which includes by its main effect. That's actually a really cool way to translate Panther Warrior's effect into a modern context. I like that a lot, actually. And since it contribute from hand, it means it's a little better than it would have been otherwise. It contribute like a hand trap you just happen to have in hand. I like this a lot, yeah. It's a cool guy. Alligator Sword Dragon Knight. That's awesome that they're putting this one in. Level 5 Wind Dragon effect monster, 1700, 1500. We'll use this card's name first and second effects each once per turn. It's funny, it has less attack than the Panther Warrior. It's level 4. Cards in your hand, you can reveal one other card in your hand that mentions Dark Time Wizard, special on this card. Okay, good extension. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add up to 2 spell traps with different names from each other that mention Dark Time Wizard from your deck to your hand, then discard 1 card. Okay, so we got a lot of searching potential in this deck. This could add up to 2 spell traps with different names. I mentioned Dark Time Wizard. While this one gets one of them from deck, it could even be this guy. And then on summon, he gets you the 2 things. It could also Foolish Burial the 2 Dark Time Wizards. I don't know what they do in the grave, though. That's crazy, though. New Jinzo. Jinzo Energy Shocker. Oh, I like this art. I like that it's the city, but it's upside down and got the reverse image. That's really cool. A level 7, I don't know why it's level 7, Machine Effect Monster, 2400, 1500. Chooses this card's second name once per turn. This card's name becomes Jinzo while in the field or graveyard, so it still works all the other previous Jinzo support, however much you actually want to play that. If this card is normal or special summon, you can destroy all traps your opponent controls. Okay, if a card is set, reveal it. And this card gains 300 attack for each card destroyed this way. So it has like something to do with traps at least. Unsummon destroys traps opponent controls and then gains 300 for each card destroyed. It's not particularly good. Opponent can activate trap cards or effects while you have another monster in your field or graveyard that mentions Dark Time Wizard. Okay, so it still has the trap stopping effect. Then yeah, I think that's like pretty decent into some matchups. Like imagine this against Malice, right? But it seems only okay. Fisherman, Legend of the Sea. I'm just realizing all of them have this as their background. Okay, it must have been... so I know Joey duels Mako in Battle City. And it has the anti-rules. He must have taken Fisherman, Legend of the Sea. Or, the fucking Fisherman, Deep Sea Fisherman. But I don't remember him actually playing it at any point. But it's been a while since I've seen Battle City. If you want to see me watch Battle City, we're coming up on it very soon in my streams. So make sure you're watching the streams on twitch.tv/TheEmpireIan. Fisherman Legend of the Sea is level 4 Water Warrior effect monster 1850, 1600. Can use the first and second effect cards each once per turn. If your opponent activates a monster effect on the field or when their monster declares an attack and Umi or a card that mentions Dark Time Wizard other than Fisherman Legend of the Sea is on the field. That's funny that it includes the Umi just so it can work. This is actually kind of cute. I think it's kind of cute that these all work with their separate archetypes, but then also work in the Joey deck because these are the cards that he got from other people. That's really cute, actually. I like that a lot. It's good flavor. You can special this card from your hand. Okay, well it's just an extension effect. This card is special summon. You can target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it, return this card on the field to the hand during the end phase of this turn. This card is terrible. What? Why is this card so bad? On summon, it gets to pop a monster and then returns to the hand during the end phase, so you can use it again next turn. If this was a quick effect, I would love it. The fact that it is an ignition effect. Wait, what am I talking about? If your opponent activates a monster effect on field, never mind. It's Ghost Ogre. It's Ghost Ogre, but it comes onto the field so it can be destroyed and not come back to your hand. Because it says specifically on the field and not in the grave. But still, this is it though. This is gonna need a second wave. I think this is gonna to just have all. Unlike the Yugi stuff, these don't seem good enough yet to be good in one wave. I think it's going to need a second wave. But, yeah, I mean, that's an interaction on the opponent's turn. To pop a monster the opponent controls. It is targeting, which is unfortunate. But, yeah, it's still pretty good. Again, it's Ghost Ogre, right? Except Ghost Ogre can hit spell traps. But, you got Jinzo for trap cards. Hopefully the spells can help you get into some of these monsters, because we do have a lot of monsters. Let's see what the fusion does. We got a big Red Eyes fusion we're doing here. Look at that beautiful full art. Great stuff. Red Eyes Black Dragon Exceed. Exceed the Pendulum? Level 9 Dark Dragon Fusion Effect Monster, 3,400 attack, 3,000 attack or defense. It's got the metal stats. Red Eyes Black Dragon plus a monster that mentions Dark Time Wizard. Easy enough to make. But you are going to have to be playing the original Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is unfortunate. Must be either fusion summon or special summon from the extra deck by attributing a face-up monster on either field during the turn the monster was destroyed by the effect of Dark Time Wizard. Wow. Wow, okay. Huh. That's crazy. What? That's crazy. We're going to see what Dark Time Wizard does, because that sounds fucking insane. Either field. One monster. What the fuck? It's a Link 1 monster that can use your opponent's monsters. What the fuck? You can only special summon Red Eyes Black Dragon exceed once per turn this way, no matter which method you use. If this card is special summon, you can special summon a level 8 or lower monster from your hand or graveyard. I imagine it's supposed to get the Jinzo out, because Jinzo does not have a way to get itself out other than just being summoned by Swift Panther Warrior, which does not have a level requirement. By the way, none of these cards are locking us yet, which is interesting. Unaffected by your opponent's activated monster and spell effects. Still affected by trap effects, but I mean, that's not bad for a Towers effect. Alright, here's Dark Time Wizard. Oh, look, in the background is like the various cards it can affect, and also the back of... Wait, that's a legendary ocean, or the what, the trap card from the ocean deck. That's... It doesn't affect that. I guess this is supposed to be all the various decks you could theoretically be playing in this. Like, but there's like the fucking Barrel Dragon, triple barrel dragon. Weird. It's a quick play. That's cool. We were just talking on stream when we were talking about the fact that in the anime, like in the Duel Monsters arc, Time Wizard is both a spell and a monster. It's used both ways. So now they finally made the spell version of Time Wizard. I was saying they should make it a pendulum, but this is the spell version, right? Activate one of these effects. You only use this effect what this card's name once per turn. Add a card that mentions Dark Time Wizard from your deck to your hand, except for Dark Time Wizard. Also add Dark Time Wizard from your graveyard to your hand during the end phase of this turn. Fuck. It adds itself back. It's a search card that adds itself back to the hand. But only if you use the search effect. The other effect, toss a coin and call it right. If you call it right, destroy as many monster opponent controls as possible, and if you inflict damage to them equal to half those monsters' original attack. If you call it wrong, destroy all monsters you control, but do not take the damage. Interesting. And it still sucks if you get it wrong and destroy all your monsters, but you don't take the damage. It's fun. But the thing is, you want to do the destruction effect so you can get the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Hold up. It has to be during the turn you use the Dark Time Wizard, so it has to be a float effect. Because the Dark Time Wizard destroys all the monsters. So it has to be some sort of float effect that comes from that destruction that you could, if you could want to use your opponent's monsters. So it's a way to out floaters with this kind of thing. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. That's a neat effect. I don't know if you'll ever actually use this, even though you do want to use the Red Eyes thing, because this effect here is just so fucking crazy. It's a search effect, and then it adds itself back to your hand. Is that quick play speed? Is it quick play speed? All right, we got Graceful Skull Dice, combining Graceful Dice and Skull Dice. Quick play spell card. Roll a 6-sided die twice and apply these effects in sequence for the rest of this turn. Once you control that mentioned Dark Time Wizard, gain attack and defense equal to the total times 200. So that could be a maximum of 1200, which is not nothing. Monster your opponent control will lose attack and defense equal to the total. Actually, twice. Do you choose? No, it's the total, like just the total. So it can be a maximum of 2400. I was about to say, do you choose which die goes to which one? No, I think it just says total. It just says total. So you can gain 2400, and your opponent's monsters lose attack and defense equal to the total times 200. So they can lose 24. So the average of 2 6-sided dice is like the most common result will be 7. So let's just do 7, right? That would be 1400 gain, 1400 loss for a 2800 differential. If you activate Graceful Skull Dice, it is effectively saying, make your opponent's monsters 0 attack in your... like, it might as well say that, right? Wow, that's actually crazy. like for just clearing out a board. And it's attack and defense too. Damn. And then it applies both effects. Oh, wait, both of those effects, yeah. For the rest of the turn. Wow. And then we have a second effect too. If your opponent normal summons or special summons a monster while this card is in your graveyard, banish this card and target one of those monsters, roll a 6-sided die twice. The total is 6 or more. Destroy that monster. Remember how I just said the most common roll is a 7? 6 or more. 6 or more is in, like, I don't know if you've ever played a Powered by the Apocalypse game. I believe 6, it might be 5. I think it's 6 though. Is mixed success territory. Right? I think that's right. I might be misremembering how Powered by the Apocalypse works. No, right. It's got to be 7, right? It's got to be 7 that's the mixed success. So like you're actually going into failure territory here with the 6, I think. And then like 10 is when you get to true like full success, and then 12 is where you get to like you get extra bonuses, basically a crit. So we're like the odds in here are fucked, which is good. It's what you want to have, but it still has a chance of not happening because it's a Joey card. I like that. It's cool. It's a cool way to get these Joey card effects to like still feel like the Joey cards, but like work. I like this a lot, actually. I think this is really fucking cool. And we've got a scapegoats too. We've got a scapegoats as well. Oh god. Okay, let's look at the scapegoats. Sleeping Scapegoats, a quick play spell card. Special summon up to 4 scapegoats tokens. In defense position, if your opponent controls a monster, you special summon a Swift Panther Warrior. They have the same stats as the scapegoat tokens. You can special summon a Swift Panther Warrior from your deck. Oh shit, this card just gets you Swift Panther Warrior. For the rest of this turn, these tokens cannot be attributed for a tribute summon. Can't special summon for the extra deck, except for fusion monsters. Okay, so that means you can turn them into red eyes. You can turn them into red eyes. That's crazy. And also they're tributes you can use for Panther Warrior. Wow. If a card you control... This is the first lock too, by the way. This is the first lock we've run into. If a card you control that mentions Dark Time Wizard be destroyed by battle or card effect, you destroy one of your tokens summoned this way instead. Okay. That's cool. Gives a little extra protection for all your on-theme monsters. And then we have... oh my god, 2 trap cards. Wow, 2 trap cards. Okay. Foolish Grave Robber is... It's a Grave Robber copying Foolish Burial. That's cute. That's really cute. Normal trap card. You can only use the first and second access card once per turn. Send 1 card that mentions Dark Time Wizard from your deck to the grave, except for Foolish Grave Robber. Then you can special summon 1 monster from either graveyard to your field. Oh, wow. So you can just send the monster you want to summon and then summon it from the grave. Because it just immediately happens. It doesn't even leave a window for something to, like, remove it from the grave. That's really cool. Banish the card from your graveyard. Well, hold up. It sends for cost? I believe it does. So there might be that opportunity there. Wait, no. I don't know if this is the they try to do the problem solving card tricks as best they can. I think that might be the effect. Anyways, you can banish this card from your graveyard, set 1 of these cards to your field, spell trap in your graveyard that mentions Dark Time Wizard except for Foolish Grave Robber, a spell trap in your opponent's graveyard, so it has the Grave Robber thing going on. Cute. I don't know if you'll ever actually use this effect, but at least it has an effect you actually care about to replace it. And then Reversal Box. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I guess Fairy Box was a Joey card, right? Oh, there's Rocket Warrior. Oh, I wonder if Wave 2 is going to have a Rocket Warrior retrain. Continuous Trap card. Once per turn, you're going to stand by phase, roll a 6-sided die, and place counters on this card equal to the result. Max of 6. Yeah, makes sense. Once per battle. I guess, oh, shit. Oh, God. I'm just realizing you can just refresh it because it's once per turn in the standby phase. Every standby phase. Ooh. Okay. Once per battle. Your opponent's monster attacks during damage calc or when a monster effect is activated on your opponent's field. Oh god, this isn't just, oh fuck. This is not just dealing with attacks, it's also dealing with monster effects. Remove a counter from this card and target one of the monsters. Toss a coin and call it. If you call it right, you can switch one of the monster that mentions Dark Time Wizard from your deck. And if you do, until the end of this turn, change the targeted monster's attack to 0. Also, its effects are negated. Okay, but because you switch them with a monster, that means they do get to do a redeclare, I think. Oh no, it's during damage calc. Oh god, it's during damage calc. What the fuck does that mean? I think you still get a redeclare, right? Because you special summon the monster, so it resets everything. Because, like, what if they're attacking directly? I mean, I guess their attack would be turned to 0 and they would just hit, but like, if they're attacking directly and you summon a monster, there should be a redeclare because they have to attack the monster, right? And then they could just cancel the attack. But regardless, it stops the attack from going through, and also it's an effect negation, and it removes one counter once per battle, though. So it can only have once per battle is a weird phrasing. I think it can only happen during the battle phase? No, because like it's the big or. I think the big or means, God, this is going to be a fucking... This is one I really want to see the actual official problem-solving card text on. I think the once per battle is only in the first effect. Is in the first part of the effect. Once per battle if the opponent's monster attacks during damage calc. And that's in an or when the opponent's monster is activated on the monster's effect is activated on. But surely they don't let you have just 6 negates. Or potential negates. And summons, right? Surely it's a once per. There's no way. There's no fucking way. It's a once per battle. Like, you can negate 1 attack and 5 effects. There's no fucking way that's the case. But if that's not the case, then the once per battle means that you can only negate during the battle phase? Like it's a fucking war rock? I don't know. I need confirmation on which way that goes. Or if there's just a mistranslation here and it's like a once per turn. And then there's also the once per, like, you know, it's got the battle and then during the battle phase and then during the, you know, when the monster effect is activated. It could be that, I suppose, but there's 3 different options here and I can't tell which one it is. These cards are really cool. I still feel like they want a wave 2 for this. That will make it like a more cohesive deck. It feels a little lacking right now. But not lacking in strength, just lacking in what it's doing. Like the Swift Panther Warrior is a strong card. Just get any of these monsters out of the deck. Can Foolish Burial the trap card, and the trap card can set whatever the fuck you want. That's the only one that wants to do stuff in the graveyard. Wait, no, the Skull Dice also has the graveyard effect, where it'll destroy a monster, which is not bad. Could be a potential thing going second. But you probably still want to set up, though. You probably want to do the special summon effect. But it's a nice effect to have as a backup if you don't need to do this, right? And this effect basically, this is just flavor because it's Panther Warrior. It might as well not have even be on here, because of its own effect. The Alligator Sword Dragon Knight's a little annoying. That's a 5 and has to be summoned by its own effect. But I think it's fine. You're probably going to have another card that mentions Dark Time Wizard. If you don't, oopsie. But then when it summons, it gets 2 of the spell traps, which is really nice because we have 4 of them to choose from. And you're probably grabbing Dark Time Wizard because it grabs another card that mentions Dark Time Wizard and then brings itself back to the hand. I wish it brought itself to the field so you could use the toss a coin on the opponent's turn, like that next turn. But I get why it doesn't do that. Maybe you play it with Runic. Ooh. I mean, the scapegoats. Oh my god, there's 5 spell traps. I'm realizing. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. No wonder you search 2. But oh god, the scapegoats are good. You cannot summon for the extra deck except for fusion monsters for the rest of this turn. Okay, yeah, so you can actually do extra deck shit like at the beginning of the turn, and then do scapegoats. Like you can still, I mean, scapegoats is a card you probably want to be activating first because it gets you into Swift Panther Warrior. But yeah, so getting 2 spell traps is really nice. You do have to discard a card, but some of these cards actually want to be in the graveyard, which is not bad. Can attack directly. I forgot about that. It just has flying because that's the idea with that. And then the Jinzo card does disable all trap cards, which is not still, I feel like still not awful, especially like in Genesis formats where there's a little bit more trap stuff going on. But even in main format, there's like a shut off for Malice. Not that Malice is, putting up that many results anymore, but it occasionally crops up still. Fisherman Legend of the Sea is just an extend. Right, it has the pop, which is it's nice to have that a little extra interaction, varied interaction too. Something in the hand that you can't really get to. Why does this look like it's the outline there makes it look like a PNG that's been poorly removed. Red Ice Black Dragon Exceed is not a crazy boss monster. It kind of just gets you Jinzo, and then there's a Towers effect. But it is also just that you can make it with your opponent's monster after you Time Wizard them. Time Wizard being a search card that can also just clear the opponent monsters is pretty nice. Graceful Skull Dice is like maybe the first good battle trick. It feels like actually quite crazy, but I don't know if that's still enough. The Scapegoats is really nice. Gets you a lot of stuff for your... Oh, that also has the... But they can't be used for a tribute summon. I was about to say it also gets you to the Jinzo, but they can't be used for a tribute summon, so you can't get the Jinzo on the board with them. But you can get it on there later, I guess. Foolish Grave Robber seems like a really good card. Oh, also just the fact that Sleeping Scapegoats gets you out the Swift Panther Warrior, your starter, is really nice. And then stuff to tribute for it, so it's a 1-card starter. Pretty nice. Foolish Grave Robber, it seems like a really good one. Even though it's a trap card, I really like this effect. Can get you some stuff going. I wish... I like I said, I think we need some more cards in here to make Foolish Grave Robber really work. This deck seems like it needs a second wave, and then we have this. I'm not really sure how to rate Reversal Box. It is just kind of... It really depends on how this actually gets translated, what this actually means. I've gone through my confusion with it, but it seems powerful potentially. It seems annoying as fuck. And like, okay, and another thing about this, if you can't use all the effects in one turn, why even bother with the counter shit? Because you're loading up on counters every single turn. Remove 1 counter every turn, right? Like, it just doesn't add up if you can't use all of them in one turn. Why would you need to refresh it so often? Yeah, these seem cool. But they're not the end. We've also got a new alt art for Fire Formation Tenki, because this can search the new Panther Warrior, who is seen here with Salamandra as well. Pretty cool. I don't know if I would play these with the new the Fire Swordsman support stuff, but because they don't mention Dark Time Wizard, right? It's like this deck overlaps with a lot of different archetypes theoretically, but would you ever actually play it with those archetypes? No, not at all. I also noticed this deck doesn't actually have a fusion spell in it. So you're supposed to like be playing Red Eyes Fusion, which is just complete anti-synergy for the archetype because it prevents you from summoning, except for the card you're summoning, which then summons a card. How am I supposed to be making this card in archetype? So I imagine there's going to be a second wave that is going to help with this. Because otherwise they're just expecting you to do the Time Wizard effect and destroy a monster and then, you know, make it as a link monster essentially. And I think that's crazy. It is not nearly good enough for you to actually risk doing the coin flip. But we also have some more stuff, right? We have Summon Skull support. If you thought that the Joey stuff wasn't enough boomer bait, we've got Yugi stuff too. So first up, we got a new alt art for Summon Skull, Demon Shokan. It looks good. I don't know. It looks really good. And then we have a new Archfiend's Origin, level 7 Dark Fiend effect monster, 2500, 1200. These stats. You only use these this card's name 1, 2, and 3 effects once per turn each. If this card is in your hand, you contribute one other Archfiend from your hand or field. Special summon this card. Okay, easy extension, relatively speaking. This card is normal special summon. You can special summon a level 6 Fiend monster with 2500 attack from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Makes it easy to make that Ixies monster, I guess. If one activates a monster effect, you control Summon Skull. You can negate that activation if you do destroy that card. Oh. I mean, maybe they just kind of want you to hold on this. Is there going to be more of these cards? Because these are just V-Jumps. A 30th Anniversary Demons Pack that you could order online. Okay, that's what it's for. But, like, is there going to be any more to this? Because, like, this is not enough. Makiora, the Lightning Strike. This is the moment where Yugi uses the fact that he makes the field wet to power up Archfiend's lightning powers to kill Great Moth. Quick play spell card. The card only treated as an Archfiend card. You can only use this card's first and second effects each once per turn. Target an Archfiend monster you control. It gains 600 attack, and you can destroy all monster opponent controls with lower original attack than that monster's attack. Oh, cute. Okay. So it has the Makiura attack gain effect, but it also destroys monsters with lower original attack. Cute. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Target a level 6 monster, Fiend monster with 2500 attack to your graveyard. Add it to your hand. So it lets you recycle your Archfiend's Origin, which is pretty cool. And Archfiend's Origin is like red, like the original art of Summon Skull. So yeah, lots of references here. These ones don't really do anything for me. I don't know. There are a lot of Archfiend cards. Archfiend is like barely a deck though. Every Archfiend wave of support pulls the deck in like 5 different directions. We've got that ritual support that has nothing to do with any of this stuff at all. This stuff is Archfiend support in that it supports the Summon Skull. Meanwhile, there's like the Archfiend stuff from GX and the Archfiend ritual stuff that I was just talking about earlier. Like, there's just so many different directions to pull and then also there's the fact that every other archetype has its own Archfiend, and none of them have anything to do with the grand Archfiend archetype. They're just random Archfiends in every single deck. I don't know what to make of Archfiend as a deck, you know. But these are cards you can play, and they're funny references to the thing we like. So we like them. We like them. But let me know how much you like them in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the Joey deck. I'm of two minds. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, but it feels like not enough stuff to justify its existence yet. Seems like a second wave is going to be really essential to making this work. And since it's a Japanese original instead of a TCG original, I don't have to worry about that second wave being dog shit necessarily. I mean, it could still be dog shit, but I think it'll probably be better than like GMX or something. And of course, Stage of Destiny. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of these cards down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hey there, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment, and maybe shared the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all the usual social media sites, and find my other YouTube channels and Twitch channel by checking out my website in the description below for all those links. My videos are funded by my patrons, Ko-fi subscribers, and YouTube members whose names you'll see scrolling by in these credits here. For just $1 a month, you too can find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity, among other benefits. In particular, I'd like to thank Jeremy Coatney, Frog Prince Michael, Beastsman, Beelzis, Fleekill, Fire Mizumi, Golden Nova, Haru Hayes, Squish, and the almighty Ferret Lord. A big thanks to all my other patrons and to my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye!